fool, girl. You have a strange way of remembering things. That wasn't...
No, I don't wish to argue with you anymore, Mother. It's time we parted ways now.
Zdravím vás, gameri, vítajte v 27. epizóde tých rytierov zo Starej republiky. Sme tu v tuskenskom tábore, porobili sme vás menej všetko dôležité. Príbehovú misiu máme na tejto planete, takže môžeme ísť na ďalšiu planetu, ale je tu pár maličkostí, ktoré ešte chceme riešiť, ako hoden histórie, ešte Bastilina matka, takže budeme to dokončovať. Máme tu stále tie štíty, tie sa mi ešte neminuli, takže chvíľku treba vydržať. Máme tu HK-47, takže poďme na to. Dobre. Po kultúre. Dobre. História. OK. OK. To sme počuli. Tady.
Translation. He is stupefied, Master. He never thought you could return with such an
Yes.
item. Such a thing has not been done in many years. Translation. He will allow you to meet the storyteller, but also gives a warning. If you dare to repeat the histories incorrectly, you will be killed. Translation. The storyteller will be summoned to one of the rooms here in the Enclave. He seems to think this is a great honor for you, Master.
Asi sa aj o toto opýtame?
Translation. He says that the fact that you have to ask, this is just one more example of your ignorance as an outsider, Master. He says you are blind. Translation. His people believe they are part of the land, living with it. You and your kind dare to raise yourself above it. You remove yourself. Translation. That act of removal makes you an outsider, separate from all that is important. You could never understand how unwelcome you are. Translation. Translation. He says that outsiders use machines to convey them and to make their lives easier. This severs a connection with the land. Translation. Connection to the soil must be made through flesh. A sacred animal is the only external tool to be used. Translation. Translation. He says that the use of these blasphemous things will only be tolerated because outsider interference has forced it upon them. Translation. If your kind had not come here, he would not have to defend their ways or their land. Translation.
Také spovedanie.
Translation. He says that the robes are sacred, Master, and you would not understand. Sand people are never uncovered outside of the most private moments. Translation. Translation. Never. That is their way, Master.
OK.
Protocol. Is that wise, Master? They may have assumed that the disguises you used were replicas instead of being taken off their dead. Translation.
Dobre. Urobíme to takto. Chcel som si to uložiť predtým, kým sa toho pýtam. Mňa to zaujíma, čo sa stane. Dobre. Dobre. OK. Počkať. Dobre. Dobre. Tak, či sa spustí boj, alebo nie? OK. Takže neospravedlňovať sa, proste to boli repliky. Veľmi dobré repliky. Dobre. Tak, kde bude ten... Teraz otázka je... Vyprávěč a... Tak poďme, som na to zvedavý. No nečudujem sa.
He identifies himself as the storyteller, Master. He has been told of your warrior skills and will speak the history to you.
Jsem poctěn.
Translation. Translation. There is only one accepted history, passed orally to each successive generation. Translation. A book or datapad can be taken away, cheapening the value of what it contains. To commit it to paper or storage is to remove it from the people.
Ale ústne podanie môže byť tiež nepresné, presne.
Translation. Translation. You may choose to hear the history, or you may choose not to.
Okay.
History is a single
Ja to beriem.
entity that cannot be partitioned. Translation. The only exception is in continuing the tales once they have begun. If you leave, when you return, he will continue from where he left off.
Dobre.
Translation. Translation. It begins with the ancient times. They were not sand people, for there was no sand. The land was green with life, and they walked without wrappings. Translation. Though the land was beautiful, they lived apart from the land. They built their walls high and saw beyond the horizon. They dared to reach the stars. Translation. There are no words for how long ago this was. It was before the outsiders, before the abduction, before the cities fell, before the builders. Translation. Translation. His arrogant people touched the stars, and this sin drew the attention of the builders. The builders did not touch the stars, they lashed them to millstones. Translation. Great demons of metal stripped the world of its riches, until all that was left was the green of the ground. The great cities were lifted away. Translation. Those that had used the wealth were taken along with it. Transgressors abducted to serve past the sky, seeding the stars with penitent, adaptable slaves. Translation. Translation. There came a time when the builders were also judged for their crimes. After generations, a plague weakened them, and the time of the Great War began. Translation. The builders faltered, and his people realized why they had been punished, so that they understood the crime, and would now strike down the greater offender. Translation. They worked chaos in the machines, so they destroyed themselves. The builders fought back, laying waste to the green that had been misused with fire from above. Translation. Soil became glass, grinding to sand, but the fight was long planned, and his people were safe. Deep in cave homes carved from valley wall, they were free. Translation. Editing, if I may, Master. This section of his tale details several millennia of the long walk, their nomadic wanderings as they accept their identity in a desert world, rather than
ďakujem, že to si urýchlil.
dialect. Might we just assume there was much fighting over who has the biggest bantha and move on to more recent things?
Celé.
Resignation. Very well.
Ja to chcem počuť celé. O niekoľko hodín neskôr.
Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other, but all are sand people and all cherish the land that remained. The sand would not be misused. Translation: then machines fell from the stars again, outsiders like you that brazenly walked apart from the land. And greater still was the insult to come. Translation: these outsiders reminded them of their past transgression, of the time when they too walked apart from land. The outsiders, your kind, looked like their ancient abducted. Translation: so it is to the current sons that the Sand People hate all outsiders and give them no footing. You come again, time after time, adaptable slaves to the machine. Editing. The last 1,000 years are full of conflicts with different groups of attempted planetary settlers, all of whom are poorly described, long dead, and likely untraceable. I believe I have truncated it down to the usable bits in what was already said. I hope it is enough, Master.
Okay.
Cautionary. I should warn you, Master, that any questioning of their interpretation may be seen as trying to change the meaning of what was said. Clarification. They may consider this to be speaking the words in error, a blasphemy they would attempt to kill you for.
Okay. Kde sme skončili?
Translation. The tribes spread far, distant from each other, but all is...
To sme už počuli. To sme už počuli. OK.
Translation.
No dobre. Takže sme počuli históriu. Je to akož zaujímavé. V podstate možno nudné na pozeranie, ale zase potom je to hranie, že spoznávate Tuskenov. Odporúčam trošku aj Boba Fett seriál, ktorý vyšiel v prvej sérii. Je tam celkom zaujímavá história. Hlavne keď ste u Tuskenov. Je to tam. Nebudem prezrádzať, nechcem spoilerovať, ale síce má svoje chyby ten seriál, ale oplatí sa to. Dobre, teraz poďme... Teraz musíme ísť naspäť do Anchorheadu, do tohto hriešného mestečka. Musíme ísť do kantíny, ešte máme Bastilinu matku na doriešenie. Oh! Ďakujem. OK. Á, to je toto. Cedi sa súhlasem na Mananu. Šiť sám nebo nechoď vôbec. OK. Manán je ešte ďaleko. No, pani Helena.
Back already? Have you even looked for the holocron yet?
I have the holocron, Mother. I'm just not sure I want to give it to you.
And why not? Would you deny me even that?
I've never denied you anything, Mother. You may think I don't remember what it was like before I left for the Order, but I do. You were the one who pushed Father to go on one treasure hunt after the other. You loved living in wealth. You think I don't remember the fights? You were eager to send me to the Jedi, even though I didn't want to go. You took Father away from me. And now this holocron is all I have of him.
Fool girl. You have a strange way of remembering things. That wasn't...
No, I don't wish to argue with you anymore, Mother. It's time we parted ways now, for both our benefit.
Ale no tak.
You don't know her. My mother is notoriously deceptive when she wants something. Why should she have the holocron?
Is it too difficult to believe that I am a dying woman who simply wishes to see her husband one last time?
I find it difficult to believe anything you say, Mother. Alright. It shames me, but I find it difficult to let go of the past. I'm sorry, Mother.
I was hard on you, dear. I wasn't a very good mother to you. I know that. Your father loved you so. He wanted you to be just like him. He wanted to take you on his hunts, but I said they were too dangerous. I always tried to keep him from the dangerous ones, but he would have none of it. It was a reckless life we led. Always moving. I didn't want that for you.
So that's why you gave me to the Order?
What do your father and I have to show for all those years of hunting? Nothing. That was no life for anyone. Especially not someone as gifted as you, your father. He spent all his last years trying to pay for my treatments. That's why he went for the pearls. I begged him not to, but...
Your treatments?
I'm dying, Bastila. I did not lie about that. It's been a long time in the coming, and there's really nothing that can be done anymore. I told your father to let me go, but you know how he was. Stubborn, like you.
I'm so sorry, Mother. I don't know what to say.
Keep the holocron, Bastila. It would do me good to know you have it. This talking to you. This is what I really needed before
I know. Thank you. I'm glad we talked too.
Oh, you said you had important business, and you were never one to mince words. You there. You take care of my daughter, you hear me?
Udělám.
I'll feel a lot better knowing there's someone to watch over.
Where are you going to go?
It doesn't matter, dear. Don't you worry about me.
Here, take these 500 credits. That's all I have. Go to Coruscant and find a doctor. I'll meet you there after what I have to do.
But I already told you there's nothing that can...
Please take it. I want to see you again when we can talk.
All right, I will. You do what you have to, Bastila. You go make your father and I proud.
I'll try. Farewell, Mother.
To dopadlo lepšie, ako som čakal.
How can I help? Yes. It brought me a lot of peace. More than I thought it would have. Thank you for urging me toward it. After all my training, I would have thought it would have been easier. Apparently, I still have much to learn.
Tá hnusná... Teraz som sa s tebou bavil, okej.
How can I help? I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
Oh.
Well, yes. Surely that's not so surprising. Did I? I am trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you, too demanding at times. I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Oh.
That's kind of you to say, but I know for myself it's not really true. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course. Please, it's not allowed. I have to remain true to the Jedi ideal. If this is going to cause a problem, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Well, it was not nearly so difficult. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
Ale. OK, tým sme mať všetko vybavené priamo tady na Tatooine. Ak sa nemýlim, hej, všetko by malo byť hotové. Brother Mission, ten je až tam, takže návrat na Ibn Hawk. Premýšľam, že by sme ešte v tejto epizóde sa porozprávali so všetkými, aj keď to bude nuda, ale vyriadiť to, kým pôjdeme na Kashyyyk. Viete? Čaute krpci, ozaj. Dobre, viete čo, poďme na to ešte. Lebo to je taká otrava, radšej to urobím dlhšie, nech môžeme ísť priamo na Kashyyyk. Aby sme sa tu nezdržiavali.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I'm worried about Griff and his latest plan. I got a bad feeling about it. He doesn't know anything about brewing Teresian ale, and now he's got himself mixed up with the exchange. Sometimes Griff can be so stupid. Part of me just wants to let him get what's coming to him. Why not? He turned his back on me. He abandoned me on Terrace, so maybe I should just leave him high and dry now. Maybe a couple broken kneecaps will do him some good. Maybe that's just the kind of jolt he needs to turn his life around. Only What if they do something worse? They might kill him. I don't want him to die. He doesn't deserve that. But I just can't keep supporting his crazy schemes. Someone has to teach him a lesson. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not gonna change him. Griff is gonna keep on being Griff. Maybe if we get these tat glands for him, things will work out. Or maybe he'll finally see the light and turn over a new leaf. I know it's not likely, but it's all I have to hope for.
OK.
Hey there.
Je tu ešte niečo?
Maybe if we get these tat... Hey there.
OK. To nič, čekovací...
Are you sure you want to ask me about that?
To zase všetci na mňa kašlete? Máme tu zamorenie giskami, ktoré sú celkom roztomilé, by som povedal. Canderous. Dobre.
So deal with it. Why are you asking me about it?
Všetci ste takí hnusní na mňa.
I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my
Nice!
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail. Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them. Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things. Is there something else you want to know?
Dobre, takže ďalší príbeh nám povie. Tieto príbehy sú mega super. To je parádička. Nazdar, akačko.
HK-47 is ready to serve, master.
Paráda. To nebudeme riešiť.
Statement. I have little knowledge of that.
Jasné. Inak povedané, to je na tebe.
Statement.
Počkaj, keď ti vlezie do otvoru nejakého.
Affirmative.
Dobre, počkaj, toto sme už skúšali.
Statement.
Neviem, či to vyjde. Dal som nejaký bod do opravovania.
No. What are you doing, master? Supplication.
OK. To je ten problém, že toto potrebujete mať veľa bodov v oprave a inteligencii a nemôžete na to použiť nikoho iného. Premýšľam, že by som možno nahekoval, načítoval trošku tie schopnosti, viete, že by som sa dal do opravy a inteligencie, aby sme ho opravili a potom by som si to znížil, aby sme mali nejaké tie rozhovory, ale myslím, že to iba vylepšuje jeho staty doslova. Dobre, poďme teraz ďalej. Tu nemáme už tú Sašu, tu je naša izba, teda nie naša, takže obecná. Giska, T3. OK. Dobre, on príliš nerozpráva. Zalbar. Nie. Dobre, takže toto sa zatiaľ nezmenilo. Nazdar. Ja ti dám padavana.
What is it you would like to speak to me about? Well, I suppose I have not talked very much about the Jedi I met back home. They, all of them, were so very invigorating. They were so very alive, so full of hope and energy and zeal. In retrospect, I can see it was a little bit tragic. Well, yes. These Jedi were going to fight the Mandalorians just after they had invaded. Many of those Jedi perished in the fighting, but to us, they seemed invincible.
especially their leader, who they talked about all the time. Paragons of light and justice, sweeping away all iniquity before them. It was like looking at gods. I know that. I was using poetic license. But those
license
were enthralling. Everyone wanted just to touch them. Some people thought it would bring them luck. Not that the peace they brought lasted very long. The Jedi left. The people grew complacent. Those who had been wronged saw their chance at revenge.
Aj, vidím, že ani v galaxii tak ďaleko to nie je iné.
The non-humans were never treated well in any case. We felt the brunt of both administrations. Of course it was. They took their frustrations and hate out on us because the people they wanted had already fled or were too well protected. But no one looks out for the injustices we suffered. Oh no, But I am sorry. I should not have outbursts like that. Don't you see? The very fact I mentioned it means it has its influence. Anger can lead to the dark side, and I must be ever careful that I do not fall back into those ways. I thank you for your support, but let us not speak more of this now. We should continue on our journey. Perhaps later we will talk again.
OK. Tak nám Juhani povedala, ako obdivovala rytierov Jedi, ale potom to už nešlo. Dá sa ešte ďalej?
I have been thinking much about our journey, and I am grateful and honored that you have accepted me with you. I am not used to such unbiased acceptance from one who is
to som celý ja.
We Cathar do not make friends easily, or for long. Even on Dantooine I remained alone. Not ostracized exactly, but separate. In truth, I have lived in the Republic too long, and I know little. I never met any others of my race other than my parents. But we are not diplomats. We do not deal well with groups. This situation is new to me. It is warming. I feel almost welcome. Needed. You seem to be very decisive when it is required of you. It is reassuring to know that I can count on someone like you. To be accepted so readily, I find it difficult to explain. It is so different from what I'm used to. Just thank you for accepting me.
V poriadku, ešte niečo?
What is it you...
OK, takže momentálne nemáme nič. Ja to je len Juhani, že sme sa dozvedeli. Dobre, jasné, že ju vítame. Akože je to o tej tolerancii. No a čože vyzerá trošku inak ako človek. Dobre, Carthe. Čo sme sa dlho nebavili?
I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably. I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the battle over Terrace. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important, it's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure, but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league. It doesn't, I know. It's been a while since I've even had to think about that sort of thing. I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this... helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you. I've been a royal pain in the backside, haven't I? No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this. So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology?
Ak vyskočíš z okna.
Done. Let's get underway then, shall we, partner?
Partner! We are partners now! Howdy, partner!
Yes, what's on your... I'm not really sure. But you can figure it out on your own, can't you?
Vy ste všetci dobrí!
How can I help?
No čo ty?
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it. In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side.
Ale tie blesky používam veľmi ochotne.
For me, it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
Tak keď môžem vypúšťať blesky bez toho, aby ma to porumpovalo, tak ja som v pohode.
And that's enough for you. If only it were as easy for me. If only the right path was always clear. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side. I don't know. Would the power I use to kill Darth Malak be too tempting to keep using? Would I become the kind of evil I want to destroy? The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them? These are dangerous thoughts. The
Ale no tak.
Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission.
Viete, môžeme sa o tom baviť, akože emócie sú podstatné. A čo tie dobré emócie?
How can I help?
Ešte niečo? Dobre. Jaj, počkať. Dobre, tým sme mali teda všetky rozhovory. Poďme ešte vycestovať na ten Kashyyyk. No dobre, tak poďme na to. Kde je Kashyyyk? Tatooine, Manaan, Dantooine, Kashyyyk. Ideme tam. Opúšťame to tu. Ten piesok už nebude v topánkach. Bude mi dobré. Poďme na chvíľku na ten les. Na tú krásnu planétu Kashyyyckú. Vlastne, počkaj, teraz iba odlietame, že? Ako tieto animačky sú strašne cool. Kebyže len nerobia problémy s natáčaním, to si musím strážiť. OK. Takže už by sme tam mali... Jasné. Do hyperpriestoru. A náš spachtuš zase má víziu. A kde je tá mapka? OK. Podivné toto. Kashyyyk. Chewbacca. A jeho ľud. To vyzerá ako z nejaké rozprávky, trošku taký ten lesík a tak. Janko a Marienka, doslova. Keď sa stratili v lese. Ojo, sme tady. No dobre. Takže ďalší rozhovor. Toto chvíľku trvá zase.
The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Star Forge. Kashyyyk is a lush but simple and undeveloped world. I would not expect to find the alien technology of a star map here. The Wookiees of Kashyyyk make their home high among the Rosho branches. Only their bravest warriors dare to descend into the forbidding depths of the forest. If the star map is located far beneath us on the planet's surface, as our vision seems to suggest, it's unlikely the Wookiees even know of its existence. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
OK. Teraz otázka, nejaké rozhovory? Ajajaj.
Yes, I did end that quite abruptly, didn't I? Perhaps a master could have addressed my questions with the proper wisdom, but I never should have brought it up here, not with you. Part of my purpose on this mission was to guide you in the way of the light, to help you avoid the temptations of the dark side. But I fear I've failed in that task. I don't think I'm the proper Jedi to guide you. I'm no master. You should have remained with the Council.
Ale no tak.
The fact of the matter is I have never possessed much skill at controlling myself. With the bond that joins us, it seems I have even less. You have maintained the path of the light side, but it has been in spite of my influence, not because of it. It's increasingly obvious I am unable to guide you properly. That's kind of you to say, but I think the evidence speaks for itself. I think I may have made a very big mistake. I simply hope that you are not the one who pays the price, ultimately, for the fact that I can't help you enough. That's a kinder response than I deserve. And I can see there is wisdom in your words. You continue to be there for me, don't you? Even after I keep pushing you away, you're still around when I need you most. You're like no man I've known before. And you're nothing like what I expected you to be after the council sent us on this mission together. I need time to think about all this. They're not going as I thought they would. We should continue on with our mission for now.
Bude romans. Ešte niečo? Dobre. To je hotovo.
Yes, what's on your... I already told you, he betrayed us all. Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it. It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time. Of course not, how could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them, and I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left. No, it's all right, I don't mind. You deserve some kind of, explanation.
No, ďakujeme ti.
His name was Dustle, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
Tak preto. Počka, to je dokončené? Lebo sme sa dozvedeli už všetko. No dobre, tak čo nás čaká tady? Niečo sa stane? Zalbar, my sme priamo na Kashyyyku, to ťa nezaujíma. OK, chcel by som ešte zistiť, či majú nejaké rozhovory, lebo niekedy je to také divné, ako tie rozhovory idú. OK, Juhani nič nemá. Skočíme najprv za Canderousom. Nech sa o neho postaráme.
Yeah, what do you want? I think I'll tell you a bit about the recent war we had with the Republic. That might be more familiar to you. The one where Jedi Revan killed my people. We started by conquering worlds outside the Republic. We did it quietly so the Republic wouldn't really know what was going on until it was too late. When we finally did hit the Republic worlds, they had no idea we were coming. We came in through 3 invasion corridors in adjacent sectors. Anyone who put up a fight, or wouldn't fight, was crushed. We raised whole worlds trying to provoke the Republic into fighting us. I don't particularly enjoy wiping out worlds for its own sake, but the cowardly tactics the Republic defenders used left us little choice. Hiding in the homes of civilians, using families as shields, thinking we would not use appropriate force on their bases inside major cities. They underestimated our resolve, and what measures are acceptable in war. Those who cannot defend themselves should not be around those who can in battle. If annihilating a city is the kind of power it takes to overwhelm a Republic shield device, then that's what we did. Necessary force to destroy all opposition. It's wrong to hide with shields surrounding you, hoping the enemy will be so good as to throw themselves at your feet to be slaughtered. I have no time or patience for cowards. They deserve to be hunted down and exterminated like vermin. There was no honor in wiping them out like rats. But some of your forces did redeem the Republic in our eyes. Especially later. Later, when Revan had joined the war. But we'll get back to that. We've wasted too much time already. Is there something else you want to know?
OK. Takže začal nám hovoriť o začiatku tej vojny. To sme už aj počuli zo strany jedajských majstrov, že To bolo celkom o ničom, že... What? Čo vy robíte akože? Aká? To nemusíme. Tam treba hlavne opravovať tie pamäte. Dobre, kde je mission, kým pôjdeme za Zálbarom? Už dokončíme tie rozhovory. Bude to možno dlhšia epizóda, ale aspoň pôjdeme priamo na Kashyyyk, viete? OK, to je to isté. To je to isté, dobre. Tak ešte Zálbar a máme to vybavené na teraz. No. Stále viezní môj líd. OK. OK, Zálbarko, no. Každopádne sme na tvojej domovskej planéte. To akože, aspoň to nezdržávame, takže ľudia. Mali sme iba takú pohodovú epizódu, kde sme veľa kecali, veľa sme zistili, ale sme teda nakoniec aj na tom Kashyyyku a na budúce teda to rozbehneme a budeme hľadať ďalší kúsok skladačky. Ďakujem za sledovanie, prajem príjemné hranie, ďakujem za krásnu srdečnú podporu, majte sa!